Just stats, Eugene Morton, Reggie Johnson, coming to you from the lovely city of Atlanta. And, um, looking at the college football playoffs here as they have been presented, and they're not really the football playoffs, more like the teams and the rankings. And if you assume, because there's a lot that could happen with the conference championship weekend, but if you assume that these 12 teams that are going to make it, is there anything here that's shocking to you as you look at the teams? Is there anything here that's like, hey, I don't think this team deserves to be here? Now, you know what's funny is when there was only a few teams getting selected to the college football playoffs, people were like, when we go to the 12 teams, things are going to be so much easier when we get to the 12, right? And then you get to 12 and you're like, man, I don't know, Is there anything shocking here? Maybe a few preseason shocks with Penn State not being anywhere here, right? That's a preseason.
Penn
they
State
were like a preseason
out.
favorite. No Clemson at all represented here.
Clemson were top, I think, a top 5 team to start the season off. Yeah, both of those falling off. I mean, I just haven't watched enough BYU to go. I'm not, I think
BYU being cheated.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't know.
I don't know. I think if everything ends the way it does, I would rather see Texas in than BYU. And I get it. I know BYU is one more games, but Texas just lately has just looked a lot better. At least they played competition. I mean, they started off playing Ohio State and they lost. I understand they lost, but I mean, they looked really good against Texas and A&M. That's past Saturday. So I don't know. That's kind of my only one. And Miami, I mean, they've kind of had that little seesaw. They've had some really good games and then listen,
back effect,
the back effect, guys, it is. I mean, so those would be my only one. So the other ones, I mean, everyone else has been playing either above par or right where you thought they would be. I mean, Notre Dame started off the season, had a tough schedule, and then their kind of schedule, eased up, and they just came and they just again just rolled there towards the end. But no, nothing on here is like surprising.
Nothing shocking. Nobody you felt in any of these positions you felt should have changed or anything like that.
No, I think they've got it right. I think they've got it right there where it needed. I mean, maybe you want to split hairs with Texas Tech, maybe Oregon, maybe 4 or 5. But I mean, I'm not gonna lose too much sleep over that one. It's just, I mean, Texas Tech has been playing lights out all year, and they had the one hiccup against Texas. I mean, are we going to really fault them for that one loss? I mean, it's not like, and Texas has been playing great lately, so it's not like they lost to an unranked team. It's not like you lost to Middle Tennessee Tech or something like that. You lost to Texas, so I mean, you lost to a legitimate team. So I don't know. What do you think? Is there anything kind of on here? Obviously Indiana. That's probably the biggest shock of the year, right? I mean, they've just been.
Yeah, there is a few shockers with Indiana, and Ole Miss is not necessarily a bad team, but it's still kind of shocking to see them ranked this high coming into the season. I don't know how many people really expected that. What's interesting is you're going to get this upcoming weekend. There will be a Texas Tech BYU game, so it'll be interesting to see kind of how that plays out. And it looks like Texas Tech, it was A&M that lost to Texas. Texas Tech lost to, looks like Arizona State here. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see, because they only have one loss, right? Texas Tech's only got one loss. Or they got
Texas only has one loss. Texas Tech has one loss.
They only have one loss. So that loss came against Arizona State. So they didn't play Texas this year. That Texas referencing that you're referencing Texas A&M when they Texas beat A&M.
Yeah, it's about A&M.
Okay.
Yeah, Texas A&M.
Okay, all right. So I'm getting confused because either you talk about Texas Tech or Texas A&M. They're both
Texas A&M
college playoffs right there. So you're referencing Texas.
Sorry about
their
that.
last commentary was referencing Texas A&M. It wasn't referencing Texas Tech.
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha. Now it'll be interesting if Texas was to get in 3 Texas teams, right? Let's look at that. Let's look at this from a state standpoint. Yeah, man. Now, these other states have that many. You look at the top 25. Let's look at the top 20. Let's expand that. USC's got a team in there, right? Georgia's got 2 teams in here if we expand it to 25. But if you spend that thing out to 25, you're going to get North Texas in there. You're gonna get Houston in there. Tennessee would have looks like only one team. It's Vandy is the only team. Tennessee. So Texas, in theory, in the top 25, Texas has about 20% of this list. Yo, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Texas, Houston, North Texas, and I'm not sure where James Madison is located. You know, if I could, where's Tulane at? Where's Tulane? Is Tulane okay? Tulane's in North or New Orleans. All right, let's look at James Madison because we're looking at a list here now where most of this is, it's in Virginia for James Madison. About 20% of this list is Texas. Interesting if we can actually get 3 teams to playoffs would be wild. But I like kind of what I'm seeing here. We'll see how things play off with the conference at the conference level, right? When you really start to get someone to play. Like I told you before, I'm really nervous about the Bama game. My Crimson Tide going against Georgia is something that makes me extremely nervous, especially in Atlanta. Very nervous about that. But I can't knock any of these other teams. I think I'm looking at the teams that are in front. At least my team with Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Oregon, Texas Tech, Georgia, Indiana at 2, and Ohio State. Georgia Tech's kind of interesting. They were hanging in here for a while. They're at 22 now, but they were hanging in here for a while until they got like the reality check.
But, I mean, they'll make a bowl game. They'll make a substantial bowl game. Your biggest one, I think, this weekend is the BYU Texas Tech, because like I said, if Texas Tech just annihilates them, then I think another Texas team should get it. I'm sorry, I just don't think Miami just hasn't impressed me all year. I mean, they've
really. So you're knocking Miami out. So you feel like Miami shouldn't even be in there, is what you're saying?
Well, not now. I mean, I just think that just slides them in. I mean, I think they could slide up to 11, and then you put Texas at 12. You know, then I don't think if BYU gets slaughtered by Texas Tech, then no, they don't deserve to be in this playoff. I don't care if they have one loss. Then and then you could just slide up. They could just slide behind 2 spaces down, and then you've got, like I said, even if between Ohio State and Indiana, neither one of those teams are going to get out of the playoffs. Even if Bama loses, you lost a 2. I mean, again, the Florida State loss is not the best, but you play Florida State the first game of the year. I mean, it's easy for any team to get up for the first game. And you lost to a good Oklahoma team. It's not like Oklahoma's been playing really good all year long. It's not like
correct. Oklahoma is currently in the playoffs as we speak. So
we're
losing definitely playoff teams. And if we were to lose to Georgia, it'd be another playoff team. We would only have lost two teams in the playoffs, with the exception of the Florida State. There's only one bad loss on there. And that bad loss came literally the very first game of the season.
First game.
Second game.
It was the first game. The first game of the year. Any team, you can get guys ready for the first game. If you focus just singularly on that one game, you could catch them. And that's what they caught you when just weren't expecting it. And you got the best quarterback, I think, out of all these teams. I think you guys got the best quarterback. So
really, I'm a big Ty Simpson fan. You know what I mean? I definitely am 100%. I'm not sure if he's coming out, but I'm a big fan. I hope he doesn't. I hope he comes back at least to play again next year.
I hope he doesn't, just because of this, because guys don't get enough starts. We've seen the recipe what happens in the NFL. They don't succeed. So I think he would come back another year, but I can't fault him. But again, I also look at it and go, what team's drafting me in this draft? Do I want to be a Jet? Because that's
NIL's made it where you can go back a little bit, right? Depending on what Bama's paying.
Right.
And the kid's not going to be poor. You can be like, hey, man, I can go back and make millions anyway. I could Bama make my millions there and then just kind of come into the NFL.
Absolutely.
The right way, Even though more competition, I think next year, if he was to wait, I feel like there's more competition.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more competition. So, he could kind of be out this year, and he's kind of the number one guy, or you got the Indiana quarterback kind of 1A. I mean, I still think Ty's better, but I mean, you can make the case for Indiana because he's had, definitely had more starts, but Ty's definitely. I mean, that Bama game. I mean, that Auburn game. It wasn't pretty, but
man, it wasn't exactly. It wasn't a you should come out game. I tell you that. If you're watching game, you say that's not your you should come out game, but it's a he stayed in and fought game.
He's
That
not
game was
right.
ugly.
That
He
game
never
was
stopped
ugly,
fighting.
and even the game against Oklahoma, like it's not like, I mean, I know Oklahoma won the game, and you can go look at the score, but look at his stats. It's not like he didn't. I mean, he has some costly turnovers, but he put some stats up. He put some stats up against Oklahoma. So yeah, I don't. Again, unless Georgia just slaughters them, which we haven't slaughtered a team all year, unless they were just like a non-conference team. They're not. There's no way that Bama should not be in the playoffs. They're just not. They're a playoff team.
From your lips to God's ears there, man. I'm really hoping that exactly what happened here.